Merry Christmas, everyone. We made it. We made it to Christmas. In the 9th century, a brilliant Celtic theologian, John Scotus Erigena, wrote a powerful and elaborate homily on the gospel we just heard. The homily has been called the heart of Celtic Christianity. And John Scotus was inspired by the traditional understanding of the fourth evangelist as the eagle. So we have the eagle lector. Remember, all the Gospels are associated with animals. Mark with the lion, Matthew with the angel, Luke with the ox, John with the eagle. And he begins his homily by saying, "The voice of the spiritual eagle resounds in the ears of the church. May our external senses grasp its sounds." And I love that because often on Christmas Day I talk about how the Gospel of John invites us to engage with our senses, and I spend a lot of time with that theme throughout my time in New Zealand at the College of St. John, the Evangelist. He says, "The voice of the spiritual eagle resounds in the ears of the church. May our external senses grasp its sounds and our heart receive its message." So we have 5 senses, but then there's also the 6th sense, which is the heart sense, which might be, for John, the most important. Erigena describes St. John the Evangelist as the blessed theologian, perhaps the most blessed theologian, to whom has been given. And he says that when the Hebrew of John translates to Greek, it actually means to whom has been given. The blessed theologian to whom has been given the capacity to not only penetrate hidden mysteries, but also to reveal them to the human heart and to all our senses. He then returns to that favorite Celtic image. The Celtic Christians love this image, and it's from the Bible, of John, the apostle, the disciple, leaning on the bosom of Jesus. And what was he doing? He was listening to the heartbeat of Christ. And he understands this as a symbol for contemplative prayer. In this contemplation, Erigena invites us to listen to the heartbeat of God pulsate within our own hearts. We can do this as well by listening to our own hearts, sensing that the divine is the ground and source of every beat and breath, throbbing in our hearts and throbbing in the heart of all creation. In this contemplation, we learn that God is our being. Let that powerful truth sink in if you can. Sink into your body, your bones and marrow. God is your being. We are not God's being, but we participate in God's being through the grace of our existence. It is through belief in the one who is divine by nature that we can participate in divinity through grace and in the ultimate restoration of the earth and the cosmos and all things. In fact, Erigena was one of the first theologians to believe that in the end all will be restored to God and God's love. Even the fallen angels, even the devil will eventually fall down to his knees in the presence of God's love. The Celtic Christian understanding of St. John the Evangelist invites us to connect especially with our heart sense. And how do we do that? It was actually during my time studying forest therapy that I got in touch with the heart sense. It's really interesting. It was my study of the Gospel of John that got me into forest therapy because John was focusing, I saw so much on the senses. And forest therapy is all about going into the forest and engaging with our senses. And the founder of the Association of Nation Forest Therapy, Amos Clifford, says, yes, there's a sense of touch and hearing and seeing and tasting and smelling, but there's also the heart sense. And as we were learning about this, we asked, well, how do we get it? That seems somewhat abstract. How do we get in touch with that? And one of the trainers said, you just put your hand on your heart. That's how you access and activate the heart sense. And then as I was reflecting on that, I found these ancient Celtic portrayals of St. John, the Apostle, who authored what we just heard read, that beautiful hymn about the beginning of all creation, all cosmos, the creation of all cosmos. And these ancient Celtic portrayals of the Apostle shows John doing this. You can see I actually had Thomas make an insert. St. John the Apostle, 7th century, the tomb of St. Cuthbert, who's also associated with the bosom of the Lord. And then the Lindisfarne Gospel. You see the eagle flying above and his hand on his heart. It is by placing one's hand on one's heart that the heart sense can be accessed and activated. The heart that beats in all creation, the heart that brought all creation into being. By doing so, we can practice receiving each heartbeat as a gift from the divine, who infuses all of creation with the gratuitous gift of existence. The fact that you exist this moment is a gratuitous gift. The divine who infuses all of creation with the gift of your existence, and then who invites us to participate in the restoration of all things by abiding, resting in this love. This is the invitation of the Incarnation. This is the invitation of Christmas.